Thank you so much for joining us and welcome to Updates with Precious, the first Saturday edition where we get. Always it is sweet my belly to bring on the things what happen for inside Nigeria because as the matter they hot, Nasa they carry and come give on just a few things they happen. Say because of that Ushe matter, Nigerian youths them still they do 30 days ranting. Where then they rant, they talk about things so they worry them for inside Nigeria. But how far can they go? And what impact will that ranting make? I do not know. And other matter than still with the hot. Natasha Akpoti has not given up on dragging your Senate President Goodluck Jonathan. Because this time around, she don't drag him. So they carry him, enter inside for inside international community. Where basically she drag him, carry, enter inside an international magazine. We don't do over 180 years old. And she don't also drag, and The Economist, that's the name of the magazine. She'd also carry him go for inside German television station, one of the most popular television stations for inside Europe, DW. Actually, they drag and they go. Meanwhile, people don't they talk about her matter. Somebody like Sheikh Husani, he said, Natasha Akpoti matter. Say it is hard to recall senator and it is very expensive. However, they don't almost finish the process of recalling Natasha Akpoti. So who knows how far and what would happen next? Perhaps that's why she keeps fighting. Rivers, suspension of Fubara lawmakers dents Nigeria's image. Jonathan Naito can say, the way they suspend Nigerian the River State governor and the lawmakers, say the thing go poto Nigeria face well for the front of the international community. State of emergency. Akpabio don't open up saying, Alayo, we not collect $15,000 or be $25,000 bribe. House of Rep don't talk the same thing, but others will say, if you collect, will you tell us? Rivers, sign peace pact within 90 days or be held responsible. Coalition done 1 week and Fubara sharp. And then we'll go to other matter them. Afenifere Council don't ask Tinubu to declare state of emergency for inside the whole of Southwest over the kidnappings and killings for inside Southwest. Rebels take over Africa. Primate Ayo Oyalowo don't want African presidents. It made them take them easier because rebels they take over Africa right now. And then there is this story about Tinubu's appointee Ayo Oyalowo, where they push toxic anti-Igbo ethnic slur against Ojineka of Arise Television and label her IPOB girl. Well, these and other issues is what we'll be looking at today. Joining me in the studio for the very first time is Dr. Maduka. Dr. Maduka, a PhD holder, and the person will be big kajad well for political analysis right now. He is into transportation and one time a retiree, if I dare call that, of Nigerian Post Authority. Thank you so much for joining me and obliging me, sir, to talk about things that will develop us our country. I appreciate you, sir.
Thank you, Nancy. You have already said
precious
everything now.
Precious, sir.
Oh,
thank you, sir. All right.
In Nigeria now, once you are alive, you just thank God. That's just it. That's the first shot I have to give now. Thank you.
All right. So let's begin with Natasha Akpoti's case because Natasha Akpoti don't carry your Senate president. Still, she's been going to different newspapers, media houses internationally. She don't go to BBC Africa. She don't go to Sky News. Now she did DW. She don't even carry Nigeria go The Economist. The Economist now a newspaper we don't a world leading paper we don't do about 180 years old and thereabouts. And there the headline reads Nigerian politics is a nasty place for women. And then they talk a lot of things. They say sexual harassment scandal in parliament shows why. And she said when she ran for governor, Nigeria's Kogi State in 2019, gunmen shot at Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan's cars. Her party's offices were burnt down and her followers were beaten and killed. People called her a prostitute. She lost election, but undead, ran for Senate. Also, they said she lost, but eventually she won in court. They talk a lot of things about her, and of course, the sexual harassment case. The most important one, when she talk again now, for inside the DW newspaper. She don't go, DW television, where she don't carry a Akpabio again go. We could just listen to it she talk, excerpt of that interview.
That I have been tapped, I've had to deal with.
And can you explain to us what Senate authorities told you about why they were suspending you?
They summed it up to say I was suspended for gross misconduct as against my allegation of sexual harassment. But I believe that I was suspended to silence me from speaking forth, more like punishing me and setting an example so that no other woman would dare speak on such things, especially against powerful men. So they say I was suspended for gross misconduct. And I ask, what exactly amounts to the gross misconduct? Was it because I refused to move my seats? We have, there were videos that popped up whereby the same Senate president in the 8th Assembly years back, he also had a brawl in the chambers because his seat was moved when he was not duly notified.
Right.
And his countenance, there was actually much more. In the Nigerian Senate, we have had senators gone physical on themselves, shouted, insulted, cursed, and even threw items at themselves. They were not suspended. So why me? I think I am just victimized. And that's the bigger picture of how women are treated in politics in Nigeria.
And could I
but
just
let me
ask you,
say this. Let me say this, very important.
Okay.
I am not the first woman to have accused the same man, Senator Akpabio, of sexual harassment. There is a lady in the corporate arena about 3 years ago. Her name is Joy Nonie. She was the MD of NDDC. She actually spoke that she had to slap him when he tried grabbing her in a hotel. So this is not an isolated case. But again, I'm saying this. I would want the courage that I have gotten to speak about this this societal vice. I want it to be taken serious because there are a lot of women who are suffering, not just in politics, not just in the corporate arena, but in universities and many places. Women are sexually harassed and there is no safe spaces for us to vent and seek justice.
Okay, thank you for that. And of course,
All right. So, Dr. Maduka, you don't hear what she talk. A lot of people they talk say why she see they go to international community. Some people talk say, well, he who person where they grant the fear fall anymore again now because if you say she feels say she don't fall Yakata already, so there's nothing to fear anymore. But what do you think say this dragging, which they drag Nigerian name go international community mean, especially as it is in Akpabio name should they drag like this, they go to international community. What do you mean? We will come to other cases because Sowore also accuse some top politicians from inside Nigeria say these top politicians say that the most dangerous politicians we Nigerians they ever get, and Nigerians must fight against them, and they will look at why they are that way. But let's first of all deal with this Natasha's case.
Well, Nigeria is, in fact, Nigeria being normal is abnormal. You know, here this Natasha issue, is really bothering me. It's bothering me because not because Natasha case, not because as a Nigerian, now my name, my image, and my brand, and in the spoil. You see, people they think say not only Akpabio this thing they affect. You know, be only Akpabio.
But it didn't affect Akpabio. People say it not even affect them because they move on with business.
The man no get, no even get time for us. Not being there for a few days ago, make a pass a law for emergency for River State. You see
where our constitution say they illegal. Where our constitution say they illegal.
Oh, you see any remorse for him face? You see feel like saying a person where then they dirty for outside. Now me and you then they dirty. And I make I say sometimes when certain things they happen, good sometimes we could go dirty, put our dirty cloth outside. Yes, what she's doing is okay. But I think there's a time to put a stop.
But do you think those fighting her have a stop? Do you think those fighting her will put a stop?
Because the person where you they fight, they even care. You see, when you want to beat somebody, the person where you want to beat just look you the pass. And say you know if you beat them, what you go do? Because there's nothing where you go do. Like I said it, my opening statement. Nigeria being normal is abnormal. Otherwise, a person like Akpabio, if you even check the way where you come be Senate, where you come Senate, where you come become president, you see everything, the foundation are faulty.
Hell.
Person where no contest for Senate for when they buy form. The person where contest where buy form. So So what you go talk? So foundation you go to throw in me. Somebody like Akpabio, nothing concern them. If he want make Natasha go anywhere, go talk a case. Now, especially me, we are now looked on as people who are so anti-women, and
that is
which
Nigerian
is not
men
true.
now. So, but
Yes,
looking
in
at
a case of
looking
12.
okay.
Yeah.
So I was going to say that looking at the way the things in which you talk,
I say in a case. Okay, sorry. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I was going to say in the things in which you talk about Nigerian Senate, say people don't raise voices at each other. They don't throw things at each other. They don't raise their voices. Why they not suspend them? But not true. See what thing happen. Make a play that Akpabio on video. The way him been there the 8th Senate during Saraki, and he also shout at Saraki the same way. Saraki never acted like he was going to suspend him. Saraki never took it serious. Why didn't Saraki take it serious? If not be say this in own matter with Natasha now out of some sort of enmity. Make watch
you
him.
can go to your seat. Then when you get to your seat, I'll recognize you.
I sat next to Senator Kwankwaso until I was led by the sergeant at arms that this is my seat.
I asked the clerk whether he allocated that seat to you. He said he didn't.
He told me he would prefer to sit here. So I said there is no microphone there, but he said he would still prefer to sit there.
If there's been a senator that have allowed to speak without a microphone, state. That's never happened in this chamber. All we said is there's no microphone where you are. Go to a place where there's one and you can speak. Now you have the floor. Speak and let us make progress.
I want to apologize to my colleagues if I raised my voice earlier.
So, Dr. Maduka, you don't hear what happened. In that case, he was even totally wrong because they changed in seat, not because say it intentional to spite him, but because there was no microphone available the place where he wants to stay. And he insists same must stay for that place. Begin raise voices. He was even wrong. But yet at that, the Senate president that time no look and say, oh, make it quickly. And the man was even kind of mild to him. So why couldn't Akpabio extend the same hand to Natasha? That's what many people would say. So was she wrong for saying that the Senate, the Nigerian Senate is like a cult where it be say everybody they fear to talk to the leadership of the Senate because of waiting then go lose? Because once you talk, you go lose your privileges. Once you talk, they're not going to let you they recognize to speak, to represent your constituents, which is your constitutional right. They won't let you do it again. So is she wrong to say that? Because clearly it looks like that is exactly what is playing out in the house, especially as everybody used it like say they gang up against her. Even those who believe say the active waiting the Senate president they do they're wrong, but they can't even talk. Like everybody's just quiet. So do you think it's also wrong for her to keep speaking up since she cannot get justice in the Nigerian judicial system? That's actually the point.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you. It's not a story. There's an analogy.
You don't Christian me
precious,
as precious, sir. Thank you, sir.
Precious, yeah. Sorry, yeah. Let me tell you just an analogy. Grace is in different dimensions. For the fact that somebody went and stole and nobody catch him and they pass, no means a thief or stealing na good thing. So for the fact that the past has come and gone, you don't make references to it. And there's something about that video you played. If you watch, at the last time, Akpabio apologized. If you
was Natasha giving you opportunity to apologize? No. Do you think that Akpabio's apology was not because of the way Saraki handled the issue? That's why he apologized. Did Akpabio give Natasha that liberty? Treat her in humane matter? Because remember, I'm sorry, sir. Remember, before I can play that video again.
Yeah.
Remember that during Natasha's own time, he had already called the house to proceed for her suspension. Dear, then. He said, we'll proceed to her suspension. So in that case, what would you do when you know that there is a sinister, plan and something nine cosa?
Pressure, let me tell you. You see, ego, pride, it kills. If you had even in that position and said, my colleagues, I'm sorry, let that thing happen. People will understand. But if you see, she was shouting, she was saying, you cannot do me anything, that ego, that's why I used to tell people, ego can destroy you within a second. But you see, humility can bring you up within a second. I always tell somebody, right or wrong does not create anything that will deform you or make you less valuable. If you can just say sorry, it doesn't matter. If you watch, even the colleagues were telling her, look, calm down. And even after that, the intrigues, they even sent emissaries. They even sent people, look, just come to the chamber and say, I'm sorry. This thing will be resolved. But before then, she had already migrated to television and started making the whole thing look as if as
so you blame her totally for all that has happened?
Global issue. Yeah. So what I expected her to do, if I were her, or if I was somebody like her, I don't mind to say, my colleagues, I'm sorry. So you see, people don't understand that saying sorry does not remove who you are, doesn't reduce who you are. It creates peace. Like I tell people, peace is a cornerstone in any society. If you want to live happy in life, one of the things you must hold on to is a situation which I used to coin. Maybe I should tell you what I used to have in my mind and always write it everywhere I go. I say, when you have freedom, put yourself in jail. I don't know whether you get what I mean. When you have freedom, you have every freedom, you have everything, put yourself in jail. It helps. Sometimes I looked at myself in the mirror, I tell myself, you're stupid, you're a fool. So when somebody tells me I'm a fool, it doesn't really perturb me because I already told myself I'm a fool. Because I know who I am. You can't define who I am. I think that's why I said people should be able to understand that life is beyond your right. It is all about peace. How do I make peace with the other neighbor? The moment you start claiming your right, you miss peace. You're looking for conflict. Conflict comes in different forms, just like what happened. This case of Natasha could have been something that would fizzle out, just like Akpabio and Saraki. They didn't fizzle it out. Nobody knows except this thing that happened.
But again, what she said, that people had thrown things at each other in that Senate. People don't fight, throw boxes, tear their shirts. Me and you know saying that true. Who then suspend? I mean, when we begin call names, we know saying inside our National Assembly they carry maize. Who did they suspend? So what she said, is it a lie? Why does it have to be hard? That's a question. Just like you said, because other people thief and go free, that make yourself good thief. Do you understand? But then again, does it not show and prove that she's deliberately being victimized? Because if other people don't do the same thing, the same house not react the same way, then why react rashly because of her?
Precious, you see, why are you all talking about Natasha? Every Nigerian is being victimized. We're all victims of oppressive regime. So why are we always holding on to one person? One person who is even, who has money, who can go anywhere she wants to go. An average vulnerable Nigerian should be the one we should tackle, we should even focus on. As far as I'm concerned, Natasha issue is not, it doesn't take anything out of me because Nigerians are going through traumatic experience. So if there's any people where we go talk about, now those people where their children, their house, where they no fit go school, those children where they have husband or children are home, they cannot afford medication. These are the people, not Natasha. As far as I'm Natasha is already made money. So what is it about? She flew herself to IPU and was able to tell the whole world how whatever happened. Can I do that? Can any vulnerable person do that? So I think, like I said in my opening statement, I say every abnormality in Nigeria has become normal. So There's nothing that is so extraordinary in our Senate. There's no extraordinary thing. You saw what happened. Even recently, when we talk about the state of emergency declaration, the Constitution is very clear. The Constitution said 2/3. But you discover the abnormality there. They use voice approval to ratify the president's emergency rule in Rivers State.
And how do you ascertain 2/3 with voice votes? That's the question.
No, it was. All of us saw it. It was a very clear. There was no counting. If there's a counting, you will have seen it. People will have
That's what I'm saying. I said, how do you really ascertain 2/3 population of the Senate with voice votes? That's the question. Which is the reason why
that's what I'm telling you.
That to be through voting.
That's why I'm telling you that the abnormality is not only about Natasha. The abnormality is a conglomerate. It's all about everything in that house, both houses. So it's not about Natasha. You are talking about, is it normal? I said it's not normal. The whole system is not normal. Everything. So it's not about Natasha because, like she said, people throw pedals, chairs, and everything on each person. Was that normal? Is that an example? Should we regale on that? Should we be proud of that? No. In a sense society, if you do that, you are going to be sanctioned. But we won't do it here because it's all about who is in charge and who is closer to the power and how much influence you have in the house. I think maybe there's a problem that is still evolving, which I'm hoping that one day Natasha will tell us, because this is getting beyond the normal. There must be something else that is not just.
Excuse me, sir. No. Excuse me, sir. Before people go to say just trivialize another woman thing, are you saying that a woman who says or claims that she was constantly sexually harassed by this man, and because of that, he maliciously denied her of privileges where due her as a senator, deny her because he has the right to, because he's a Senate president, and then in do things where undermine her personality and her ability to represent her people? Are you saying that she shouldn't be vexed this much? She's not supposed to get angry like this. She's supposed to just take her with faith. So how do we not correct? I'm sorry, sir. How do we not correct the system if we continue to let the system win over us? That's the question.
No, I'm not in any way condoning what happened. I'm not in any way about it. But as of today, you and I, we all know that it's still allegation. Allegation cannot be said to be right until proven by a competent court. So as far as we are concerned,
a Nigerian court,
is all about
in this our own Nigerian court, you think that she can actually get justice with the way make her show go ahead, sir. Because people, see what people don't turn Nigeria to now. See the cartoon where I go post for you now. They say the three arms of government who will get. See legislature, see executive, see judiciary. Where it be say person go lower courts, from high court to appeal court, get different judgment. But once you get Supreme Court, where they're not saying a final, you get a different judgment entirely. How do you get justice in Nigerian courts? That's the question. How do you?
Is there any,
because of what happened?
Yeah, let me tell you, last week I wrote Nigeria, an entrapment of judicial enterprise. That was what I wrote in my column in Daily Independent last Saturday. So we all know that we are entrapped. There's no judicial as far as we are concerned, especially in the Supreme Court. So what we are doing is just, I don't even know. I can't even say exactly what we are practicing today, whether na justice or whether na kalu. And in that cartoon you show, I think there's one person that's missing there, and that is the security. So maybe they should add the security there to complete the cycle. As far as we are concerned, justice in Nigeria is highest bidder. And that is what is happening. We saw what happened in Rivers. We saw how people that were carrying APC card, we saw people where don't come open, declare dance, celebrate. We saw people where even president don't embrace and call them new pikin. And when they get to Supreme Court say, make we show them evidence. I don't know which evidence where Supreme Court wants make we show. Ordinary man will show. Meanwhile, all these things are in the public. And the Supreme Court is telling us where the evidence. We know what happened in Imo State, where number 4 become number 1. I just told you an issue where even the Senate president will be president of the Senate, contest for the primary for the Senate. And today, na him be Senate president. So where do we have justice? There's no justice. What we are I don't even know what to call exactly Nigerian justice system. Where do we go from here? Because it is now becoming so obvious. The crisis in Rivers State is all about judiciary. The crisis in Imo State started with judiciary. The crisis of 2023 election verdict was judiciary. So where do we go? So judiciary, legislature, executive, security, they are working in tandem. An average Nigeria is just watching. And unfortunately, our docility has made us to be people that anybody can ride on. And the executive, they know say Nigeria no get liver. They don't hold us, wrap us with their hands. So now I make say, anytime when they want to deal with us, then go bring one thing and we go just shout. Hey, this one no good. Bam, the thing don't finish. When they carry few bags, few trailers of rice to your state, we go forget say Nigeria no be so it's supposed to be. So pressure, what we will do? So that's
then, but you did mention that Akpabio is still not guilty until proven otherwise by a competent court of jurisdiction, and that's the reason why I brought the court issue. Do you think that she's likely to get justice in a Nigerian court? Me and you know. So if she not get justice from Nigerian court because our judicial system not be all that, then what do you expect her to do? She should not go out at least to where people can at least hear, at least let her achieve something by letting people hear her out, at least, because that's what a lot of people are saying. This is not me saying it. That's what people are saying. Make sure at least go where people could just hear her voice, create awareness. See, this now waiting do me in case of tomorrow. Or she could just shut up and swallow and die in pain. After all, she's not the first Nigerian woman that is sexually harassed.
No.
If she was your daughter, sir, somebody even did ask this question. If she was your daughter or your wife, and somebody is telling you, this your waist
I picked that word you said.
How you go like him? That's what people are saying to this Akpabio's and Natasha case about it. Go ahead, sir.
It's humorous.
I don't hold you for Siki one, Abi. I don't. Don't let me do checkup. Don't let me do checkup on you.
The humor person. If you have been one-on-one, he likes to talk. And sometimes what he talks, sometimes like me, it depends on how much deep you have to appropriate whatever that I said. I just told you something about myself. I told you that sometimes I wake up, I call myself, I say you're stupid, you're fool. So if you now tell me I'm stupid, I'm fool. So it wouldn't matter because I know who I am. So if Akpabio did mention that you're waste and whatever, then maybe that is the attractive side of Natasha. But it could be on a rumor. But then on a serious note, I think this thing has gone too far. We need to have a mechanism to settle this matter. It's not everything that we should go outside to wash our dirty linen. We need to come home and rectify. I think she should be called. The Senate should call her and see how they can normalize this issue. It's not into our own image, it's not to our good image and our brand name as Nigeria, especially the men. We are now very vulnerable, because I know you won't believe it that sometimes when we are young, some of us were harassed too, but we didn't take it as anything because it's men. If you go to court and they tell you how can a woman harass you? but it's just obvious in Nigeria because of the tradition we have. But I would plead whether it's good or bad. I'm pleading and through her husband that please, whatever it is, let's bring this thing home. Let's come home well. So that to me is not good for me and you. Even the women in Nigeria, let me make a joke. My friend used to say before he doesn't like to look at the backside of a woman, but because of this Natasha issue now, he's very curious at looking at some. So those are the things that we must try to avoid. You know, yes, it's happened. It happened. Let's see how we can amend it instead of escalating it. So, Precious, are you there? So the issue is that if you talk about our law, there's no law, there's no justice, because the law is being operated by the same gang, and when the gang of people who are a little bit criminal-minded, they are in charge of the law. So what kind of law are you going to expect we need more than just the justice system. We need the entire Nigerians to rise up and live as human beings. Try to understand their worth as citizens and not as slaves. As of today, our leaders are not taking us serious. Our leaders are not taking us serious, and it's because of our docile nature. So that's why they can do anything and they can go scot-free. If I were from Natasha's constituency, I expect that constituency to come out en masse and protest. But you won't see that. Instead, you will see division within that constituency. That is the problem we have. We've not had one voice as Nigerians to tackle the problem of our leaders. And that is why the leaders, they are using it to deal with us. Whenever they know that we are coming together, they will bring one thing, bam, and then we will forget our miseries, and then we will now pursue something that has no meaning to the miseries that we are living on. So Nigeria, we need to wake up, and the earlier the better. We cannot depend on justice that doesn't work. We cannot depend on executive that has appropriated themselves as emperor. We cannot depend on legislators. Where do we go? The security guys now are being used, and it takes us to the era of animal farm. That's where we are. Animal farm, that's where we are today.
So shall we continue like that? That's the question. Now, as we speak now, we hear say then they prepare her position for Yahaya Bello. We get corruption case against for your head. Then they prepare her position for Yahaya Bello. We hear say Yahaya Bello right now and Akpabio, they work hand in gloves to make sure say they come out her. Even though Shehu Oseni don't come out contact, say to come out a sitting, to recall a sitting senator be very expensive. But we already know that these people are very high and mighty. We also know how they try to deceive the constituents to say they should come and collect what did they call them? Empowerment, and then all in the guise of removing her. And knowing Nigerian politicians that are high and mighty the way they fight, we do know that they will win that fight and they will indeed recall her. Perhaps she don't even notice, say, they go really recall her. That's why she feel like, say, she know if we keep anything back again and she get to continue to the fight. But then, are we going to continue like this? How long are we Nigerians going to keep watching them mess up the name of our country, mess up our democratic systems, and we leave them like that? That's not the question. What in Nigerians we do at this time? What kind of solutions do we profile?
Okay, Precious, let me give you an assignment. And that assignment is how many of those people that are in our assembly that you can say that are nascent? They don't have one. So, like I said, I define something now, which I did mildly. I said, where you have criminal, and then they promulgate law. So, which kind of law do you think they will bring? And if you think that is expensive, like Usani said, I'm telling you, those are leaders. If they mean it, they will bankroll that fellow of theirs. They will bankroll it. One or two persons in that Senate can bankroll whatever you want. You see, that's my problem with capitalists. Capitalists can create an individual to be more wealthier than even the nation. That's the worst scenario of capitalism, which I've written one time. Because there's no social contract between you and an individual. So an individual can own the country, so he detects. So when you look at the people in that Senate, where now people that are even in our, no even respect our own naira. Now if they talk, they don't fit bankroll, make this man come, Bello, where their own body man. Now paddy, what we have are paddy leadership. Because in Nigeria, if you have not stolen, believe you me, you will not be given an award. So the higher you steal, the higher your award. You see GCON, CCON, how many poor people can be given that? So what are they tell you? Be say, no talk say the thing cost. So if they want to bring a Bello as their party,
they go bring
they
them.
go do one.
They go bring them.
Go pay.
All right, so make
yeah, we go whatever it is.
So make we enter inside, and that won't bring us to okay, sir. I be want make we quickly enter inside waiting Sowore talk. Network don't they go too bad? You know, say rain don't they fall. If rain and network for Nigeria, they go hand in gloves. Rain and NEPA and rain and network, they need to work hand in hand. But let me let you drop that thought you had in mind. So make I let you drop that in with your mouth, no vex. Oh yeah, continue.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sowore talked something.
So Sowore has said it all.
I think there's a slight delay.
Yeah. He said it all, but he refused to add this security. Security is a core. You see, the issue is that I always tell somebody when you want to sign when you want to sign to protect the nation, especially as a security personnel, you're not protecting an individual, you're protecting the society, the country. But you discover today that the security are more or less attached to the executives and to all the leaders. So, and that is why today, when a security would be there and the ballot box is being snatched, people are being beaten, and they will just be looking because they are obeying an individual. And that is the problem. The security, because that's even the core. If the security will empower and enforce law, if they are doing their work, I'm telling you, nobody is untouchable. Even the president is untouchable. Because you look at what happened all before the election 2023. Everything was there. It was open. And still, we didn't look at those things. If security are working, most of the people in Senate today, they will not be there. Because they all, everything about them will be passed through the security check. So if somebody has EFCC case and is passing through security check, and you see past that person, where is the foundation of that corruption? So these are the issues. So if the security people are working, they are really working, I'm telling you, Nigeria will be okay. And that's why I like, let me put it in same societies. Nobody's immune. You can be picked up at any time. But here, our security is more aligned to individuals, to leaders. So why the poor people are just suffering? Look at what happened in Rivers, the swearing in of the administrator. You see what thing they happen. they
with that
go
constitution, because according to
deploy
Colin, I
more
say,
than
which section of
10,000.
the constitution?
So
Because
that's it. So you can imagine 10,000 for one individual with the administrator. Now they go give 10,000 security. One person. Oh. Now, meanwhile, in the north, people are being terrorized. Southwest is shouting that they are being killed everywhere. And then I don't talk about the southeast we are in. Then I don't talk about the south. So this is the issue. Until our security people understand why they are there, if they can function as the regulator, the enforcer of the law, we will get it right. But if these things are happening and they are just part of it, then we are in a soup. And that soup is very, very hot. It's not about the three people that Sowore mentioned. It is about obeying and enforcing our laws.
okay,
If our laws are being obeyed, if our laws are being enforced, yes, go ahead.
All right, so I wanted us to quickly.
I said if our laws are being enforced and obeyed, yeah, we won't have any problem. Yes, go ahead.
So let's quickly watch that video by Sowore so that we'll begin to even look at the antecedents of these people. What thing they do will make them they deserving of this thing with Sowore talk, or maybe Sowore just talk randomly. Make we quickly watch the video.
Before you go further, let me say this, it's very important. Like, there are certain individuals in this country, and there are plenty of them, but there are two of them that we must watch out for. Three of them, actually. FCT Minister Wike, the President of the Senate, Akpabio, and the Nigerian President himself, Bola Tinubu. These are guys that are very dangerous. The reason they're dangerous is because they have lived a life of crime and impunity, whichever way you want to describe it, for a long time and gotten away with a lot.
Okay,
So
would you like to expatiate on that? You said that there are three individuals we must look at, according to you, we must look out for in the country. The president of the country, that's President Bola Tinubu.
Nigeria Senate. Yes.
The Senate President, and also the Minister of the FCT.
Ayo Wike, and President Bola Tinubu himself. The reason why these guys are different from every dangerous person you have ever met in your life is that they have risen through the ranks of crime and impunity and gotten to the top without consequences. That's why they are dangerous, and that's what you see them doing now. And this morning I was invited to a media interview on Channels TV, and I did predict that the Nigerian National Assembly will not do anything. They will endorse Bola Tinubu's state of emergency. They are all in on this. And that is why Nigerians should understand that there's no way out except the way they've ganged up against us, we must gang up against them too, and very fast.
Well, you don't hear what Sowore talk. Say the way they gang up against us, we must all gang up against them because that's the only way out. But let's look at the antecedents of these three people: the president, the Senate president, and Akpabio. You think, say, these three people really they're very dangerous to our politics, and the things and what they don't do really they that much dangerous and fearful. We go reach the one way Basin Nigerians supposed to be careful of them. And then looking at the way the three of them get a role to play for waiting happen now, where they clear to everybody we know our constitution say waiting happen for River State stay unconstitutional. Yet you don't come to stay. It's like it's either you take it or leave it. There's nothing you can do. Now we get the power, we'll do you what we won't do you. So I would like get your reaction before I ask more questions.
Have you read the book The Godfather?
Yes, my proposal.
Okay, have you read any book on mafia? Mafian book? If you do, you understand what
now what's they happen
was
for
the truth. When you have and they happen. So that is a script. It's a script, and when you see 40 laws of power, if you extract some of them, you discover that that's what they are doing. They are looking at it and seeing which of them is peculiar and that will be used for this Awobodo, Nigeria. So the thing was Sowore talking are true. These three guys are really, really, I won't put it, in such a way that it won't be incriminating, but let me use Sowore's word. They are really the problem of this country. And like I said, beyond these three people, the major thing where they make a country work, now the law, the rule of law, where no they respect anybody. I will tell you what happened in Singapore. Singapore was exactly what we are experiencing today. But when they get one leader, and that leader, they started the fight of corruption and all these things from the top. And today, Singapore, you dare not steal. The same thing where they talk about China. China today is revolutionizing, is inventing a lot of things. They are doing wonders. If it's something that those days we used to call fantasy island, that's what China is beating today. You know why? Because there anybody, whether you are the head or not, once you are found guilty with $1 corruption, you will be killed in your village or your house, and you will pay for the bullet. And you pay for all your family member will pay for all the logistics for them to come to your village to kill that man. So until we understand what institutions are, and that is why I'm saying that our laws, especially those enforcers, are not doing anything. Because if you know that this person, I think in 2013 or 12, there was a story about the man on many things. It's still there. It's not that it's not there. There's a problem of certificate. There's a
Which
problem
of the man now?
and you still
okay, the president. Okay.
let me just imply yes. So certificate, everything. So everything. Somebody, no schoolmate, no non-school, nothing. So how on earth? And I just gave you the instance of this man, the Akpabio. He didn't contest for Senate. He didn't buy form, but he ended. Now look at the Wike. Let me tell you, Wike one is even worse. If we have good security men, that Wike will have been picked up during the election period when he was threatening the INEC officials and even said that he will kill them and take them to their states. That threat alone is enough for him to be arrested. But look at him, he's today calling everybody, and he has even the right to tell Nigerians that he bought the forms, that he gave all the people that contested, he bought the form. Is it your money or Nigerian money? These are investigative. So and you see security people see following him, clapping, holding his back. So how do you think that it's in Wike that is the problem? It's not Wike that is the problem. It is not Akpabio that is the problem. It is not even the president that is the problem. The major problem where we get for Nigeria now the security agencies. When I talk now, I mean they go pick. When somebody go do internet, this they go hold up. When somebody shall say president, no, they're terrible, they go pick up. So they leave the main people where they go pick, not ordinary people. Meanwhile, people where we have seen that from everything about them is corruption infested, you not pick them. Now, ordinary people, when they talk, when they protest, you go and pick them. You the same army that's supposed to protest citizens, like we saw October 2020. The same army went and did what they did against the citizens. Meanwhile, the people who send them are the people that are supposed to be.
Oh dear, I think I've lost you. Dr. Maduka, I don't know whether you did there with us.
Jailed. Just cannot be president. So that be the problem. Go ahead.
So this thing where you talk.
So what I heard they talk is the problem where we get.
So ahead. I mean, they try talk. Say this thing where you talk now, saying that the security agencies and where we go blame. A lot of people go on make you expatiate more. Reason I they ask because now say we don't see countries the way we say law day and how it be say no matter who you be, the security agencies them go carry you when they say you do something where they against the law. Remember, saying that the same constitution where we say the president and swear oath to uphold. Now be the same constitution where Akpabio as the Senate president swear oath to uphold. Now be their Bible. And at the same constitution where the security agencies them also swear an oath to uphold. But when it be saying that the president now they appoint the Oga of the top, the Oga at the top of these security agencies them, and now their Ogas them at the top, now they call the shot of what thing they would do. How they won't use fit hold the people then way appoint them responsible. A typical example, now when it be say that period during Muhammad Buhari administration, what will be the here say, oh, Fulani headsmen get problem with people, they get problem with people, especially for Benue State. They say they even catch some of them, or they even catch some of the bandits them. And then the security agencies, they come blow whistle, say, when they catch them, then go get call from above, say, may they release them. If you don't release them, you won't lose your job. So what do Nigerians do? See,
okay. Okay. You want know what the Nigerians go do? Let me tell you, Nigerians are cowards. Let me put it very clear to you. Some of us that are sticking out our neck for the sake of our children and grandchildren, we know why we are sticking out our necks. But many Nigerians are cowards. They like to shout, they like to talk, but when it's time to execute those plans or those their talks, you see them inside their houses. I'm telling you a story. As I write, somebody will call to my inbox and say, my dear sir, this thing you're writing, what thing will happen? Nigeria is already dead. So they discourage you. They discourage even some people where they even try to see that Nigeria better, might be the problem. But when they talk, we say, even in that police, even in that army, the only problem where we get, we say, the good ones, they're minority. That is the problem. There are still good ones there. But those good ones, it is hard for them to be promoted. That is the problem. They are very minority. But I'm telling you, that's why today I respect Dele Faturumi. I respect that man because he says it as raw as it is. It is his life. Some of us too, it is our life. It's raw. I used to say my own raw. If you read my articles, it's very raw. Because the issue is that what Nigerians don't understand that there are two things about existence. One is life, two is death. They are inevitable. If you die today, what is the cause? Why do you die? If you die tomorrow, what are you trying to legislate? Or what is the legacy you're putting up? So Nigerians are so afraid of life or afraid of death. And that is why today, a loaf of bread is 2,000-3,000 naira. And Nigerians are going there to buy. And they don't even make a win. Here, Benin Republic, if I can tell you, Benin Republic, I think in 2016 or 17, the government increased the cost of a loaf of a bread. The entire citizens came out on the street, and that price was rescinded. But in Nigeria, once the leader says anything, the first thing we look at is, where is the tribe of the leader? Where is the religion? Where is he coming from? Where is the party? Nobody is interested in the national cohesions, the national existence. No, it is about parochial individualism. Now they kill us. Nigerians have not woken up. I think the misery has not gotten to us. The day we start eating ourselves, maybe that's the time they will know that when somebody comes with a bag of rice and give to you, instead of telling you that your children should work, you know, go ahead. Because look at it. I have how many children at home? Graduates and whatever. And they're not working. They're still under me. Can you see that in our same country? The moment you're 18 years, you become a government property. Whether you're working or not working, you're registered. They will be paying you something that will at least sustain you. But here, nothing. Instead, some individuals can carry the money they cannot even finish till they die in the 100 years to come. And I asked myself, is something wrong with our own leaders here? During the COVID, I have friends that are in Europe. They were being paid some euro as to cushion the effect. But here, what was it that we are giving? We are giving 1 or 2 cups of rice. And I'm telling you, the amount, a mark for it, is so big. But some individuals appropriated it to themselves. And Nigerians kept quiet. And we are mute. So our leaders are very, very good. And they have psyched us. They know that an average Nigerian loves life more than coming to the street. The day our leader understand that Nigeria have changed and the orientation has changed, our mind is, look, if we die today, let us die. Even if or not for us, for our children, our leaders will sit down. These people you see with Abada, if you do any small thing, you will see how they would remove the Abada and they run, just like what happened in Ethiopia. I think in Kenya. It happened. But nobody wants to stick out his neck. And that is why we are here. The same, look at the number, look at the people that are in that House of Senate. All of them are like governors. They use Senate as their retirement benefit. And each of them have one tag or not on corruption and this and that. And they were still giving room to come. And Nigerians voted for them. And we are jubilating. You see, when you as an oppressed, you are hailing your oppressor. Your oppressor will say, wow, he will turn to be an emperor. And when he becomes an emperor, then what happened? Tyranny comes in. And that is exactly what is happening in this country. We hail our oppressors. We hail them, we shout, clap them. It's my tribe man, it's my religious man, it's my party man. You are not thinking about people that are voiceless. You're not thinking about people that are vulnerable. You're not thinking about people who are disabled. You're just thinking about you, yourself, and you alone. And that is a problem. Until we remember that every Nigerian matter, until we remember that being a citizen is a privilege and is a right, both of them. But here, being a citizen here, you don't even know, because everybody is trying to jagba. And I tell myself, what am I jagba? I tried it, I couldn't, because I said, what am I doing out here, for instance? I have to come back, because I better die for my country than dying because I'm running away. Run away from who? Because one day I will die, definitely.
So speaking about these leaders and the embarrassment they don't cause us, former President Goodluck Jonathan don't say the suspension of Governor Siminalayi Fubara of Rivers State and other elected officials for inside the state, say the thing go dirty Nigeria image for abroad and for other places. You agree, say the thing go dirty Nigeria image?
You go dirty, but he is part of the problem. He's part of the problem. It's same thing of when you are supposed to take decisive decision, you didn't. If you had signed that 2014 confab, if you had signed that resolution, that conference, we won't have this problem.
We're not here today.
We know day, but he will say when he comes to second term, as if tomorrow. That's why we are. He's part of it. If he has signed that thing, I'm telling you, me and you go there this while we day. Because everything about, if you read that thing, all regions agree on what to do. And it was explicit. So every Nigerian know where, even this log jam on constitution, it was taken care of there, because it's regionalized. So
all those votes, they waiting for a constitution when they let them come out.
Yes, if I know happen, because before the president will go to a state, you must pass through the region, and there's going to be some processes. So Jonathan, I think, is part of it. So look, all of them are part of it. You see, his medicine after death. If he had done what he's supposed to do, we won't be here. So he can't exonerate himself. So that's how I'm going to put it.
But does this stop the fact? But does it stop the fact that truly this does it stop the fact, saying be one of the people who put us on this problem? It go stop the fact, say truly this issue go fit dirty the image of Nigeria outside the world.
Yeah, Precious. Today is Saturday, 22nd. Please, I would like you to read my article today. I would like you to
Okay.
I'd like you to read my article today. I said River State in the eyes of the storm. You know, River State in the eyes of the storm. That's my today's topic in my column. And it's, look, Nigeria, do we have image? See, image start from your first leader. Your first person, your president is your image. You see, people think image is me and you. No. How do people relate to your president? It is the image. It's the number one. It's the mirror. That's who people see. The moment your president messed up, nobody look up. Now this is the president. So now president, now him be our image. Now him be
so
our image.
anyhow, where people use they see our president Bola Tinubu, now they go you see all of us. That's the way people
How
see
you.
Buhari.
How
So
they see me and you.
Nah,
So
no, I don't like
yes.
that. So the way
President, make I tell you. Make I tell you, president.
No, sir.
Make I tell you. President, make I tell you. You know why? Make I tell you why.
Why?
Have you traveled?
My name is Precious. It will be two different people. Oh.
You don't travel recently. If you travel recently, you will know how you'll be treated. That is image.
Not tell me that, you know, it pay me well. I get how many hours when I travel. And because of saying a flight till they go Nigeria, they take us for granted. But don't worry, go ahead.
Now, can you treat a citizen of America anyhow, in anywhere? Can you treat an Israeli anyhow? No. That every citizen of America matters. You were here when one citizen of America, they came here to rescue just one citizen. Can your president, can your leaders do that for a Nigerian?
But don't forget, we're also here saying that because then they sponsor the Boko Haram, so now waiting make them know how to use gun rescue their people. Because through you say and then sponsor the Boko Haram, you don't forget. Now waiting come out with them.
Now where you said in the sponsor, now allegation. Now where person come my house, how person go know my house? This house where I did. Before you enter, now somebody will know this house go carry you come inside. So the America
so that
or
means
whoever that is
help them.
Now that's simple. Nobody go come your house or your territory without somebody bringing them. Now it be the problem. You see the issue that Nigeria we are looking at far. See the thing where they do for our boy. Now inside our boy the day. So the America cannot come to Nigerian territory and do anything. Now our leaders. See how much they said they spent for $700 something million. How many of that money was used for good thing in Nigeria? You were seeing that the jet that was bringing these ammunitions for this people. Now poor man get jet. Not be poor man. And before that jet go, and a big man will get that jet. And before we go down give signal, they go. So now be the problem. So now, like you said, our image, not only God will help us. The image of a country is represented by its leader. Once we get a good leader who we say, look, you remember during the Diabo period now? Me. That time, if you do Nigeria, you Diabo them go do. So everybody started respecting Nigeria. There's nowhere in the world that you will go that Nigerians won't be respected because you have a leader who said, look, every Nigerian matters. So it's not now. People are dying on the street. Do you see your president being remorseful about it? Do you see empathy?
That is exactly what people are saying. Now, make we just enter inside the next matter. The people of the Southwest don't they act, say, make President Tinubu declare state of emergency for the entire Southwest because the kidnappings, the killings, and everything done too much. For different forests on those states or different areas, them say it be like say headsmen, Fulani headsmen don't occupy all their forests. Them. Now, what's in the know they ask? Now, Very National Youth Council, now in the acts around. And all that. So why it be say they like that? Because this same insecurity thing, now waiting people for inside Enugu State, they cry about. And the same headsmen, this same insecurity thing, women for Saturday that they remember the naked go police station where they fight and cry about the same thing. That they rape their women, they kill them. This same insecurity thing, is there everywhere. I don't even want to consider they don't even give Benue State then quit notice. different areas of Benue State, Plateau State, Yobe State, Boko Haram don't give them quick notice. So how is it that we have a country and then our president hardly when they talk things, when they address situations, they hardly pay attention to these cases. They say, oh, I commiserate to the people of so place because of this insecurity. We don't on top of the issue. Either they even do any media talking about time. Be like, say those ones, they don't even matter. Are they not lives that are dying? They're not be human beings. So what's the value of life mean to our leaders then? Because the Senate, all the representatives of these people that for inside the Senate, suppose don't shut down the Senate over this matter. Say, no, enough is enough. Our people are dying daily. Even like say, death's not be anything for Nigeria again. They ain't not die. They move on, and all that. So then how do we continue like this? That's exactly the issue. How we continue like this? Well, see, the whole Nigeria die finish, only then remain.
That is why I said that our docility is much. We never know whether we are citizens.
So our fault, because we never take decision.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know. If you ask an average Nigerian now, who you be? He said, I'm a Nigerian. But he will not expatiate whether that Nigerian is on the slavery part or as a citizen. So that's, as of today, all our behaviors, vis-a-vis our relations are interconnected with our leader. It's all about enslavement. Let me put it that way. That is it. Because only on slaves that you can die, your master won't care. It's only a slave that your master can do anything and you don't have to say anything. Because if we know now that we be free citizens for this country, there are things where our leaders don't do, where we can say, no, enough is enough. Now who they do them? Some of us, where they even try to do them. Now every day you get a threat letter. And the threat letter, where they get, now people where they try to save them. Now them go, they threaten you. Say, why they right? Because now president are from our place, now you the right. Now, because people don't little thing when not even get head. Now you're talking about Southwest. Osun State. How many communities now have been erased? So, and have you heard the president talk? So the issue is that that's what I'm saying, your brand is your president, is your impact, is everything about you. The way your president portrayed the citizens, how people looked at it. It's just like your father. If your father goes outside and call and tell somebody that you're a thief, what else can other people say? You're a thief. So that is it. Until when your father, you see, say defend you and say, this is my beloved son, people will respect you. So now Nigeria are not respected today because they've seen us all. They've seen the law is not working. They see the legislators are not working. They see the executives are not working. Everybody is working to his own personal pocket. There's no nationalism. As of today, where are they precious? They ask somebody, what is Nigerian national ideology? If I ask you, you know? You don't know. I should have an ideology as a Nigerian. And that's why when Americans stand and say, I'm American, he's boast about it. He's proud about it. He raised his shoulder. Can I say that in Nigeria? In fact, if I even say it on a comedy, they will come and pick me. Say, why should I bold my face that I'm a Nigerian? So, because my tribe people will say, why should you talk about Nigeria? The other, so this whole thing is still clustered. We've not really know why we are even Nigerians. Nobody knows. We are still disjointed. And it's because the leaders understand. And they are using that as a plot. The Southwest that are shouting they need a state of emergency. I'm sorry, it's their son that is there. And I'm telling you, they will not get it. Because the issue,
why?
The priority of this president is probably from now is 2027. So that's it. Now the campaign has started. I've seen somewhere they are putting his posters and moving. Can somebody tell those people that it's not yet campaign period and it's even against the law?
Even in this hunger,
hunger. You see this? You see the son carrying trailers of rice to every zone. How many cups of rice? The issue is that the country needs a workable environment where a son of nobody can walk into an establishment and get employed. In 1982, when I got employed in Nigerian Post Authority, I didn't know anybody. I went with my brother, Alex. We just went, and they said, go and submit the application. We went upstairs, 5th floor, we submitted, we went back. Do you know, the weekend they brought the interview letter, we weren't even around. But they called us. They called my uncle, who we use the address. They called that we were supposed to come for interview yesterday, that we didn't come. So the next day, our uncle said, oh, yeah, everybody. We went there. We did interview. I didn't know nobody. And that was how they
got the job.
We went. That's it. Nobody will ask me where I come from or where my religion or this and that. And now, if you even go to federal establishment,
even to buy that 40,000 naira rice, so they won't give you. Go, they will know your village before they give you the 40,000 naira rice.
Even during the time I was working, let me even give you this analogy. When I enter an office, I don't know who is a Muslim, who is a Christian. I embrace everybody. But today, you go to federal establishment, Muslims are there now. You see people, different culture. It's not done. Because you're trying to demarcate you're widening the gap. Now, you see what happened in 5 states in the north. Because of Ramadan, you're closing a school. You don't know that the future of these children that you're closing. And these leaders that close those schools, their children not there for those schools. So their children there abroad. But look at what they are dealing with poor people's children. What has Ramadan got to do to it? You could shorten the time. But you close for 5 good weeks, for Christ's sake. And you said you have leaders. There's no leadership. Maybe this, I read it in an article anyway. Let me just say it. The president of Burkina Faso, I think the land that Saudi Arabia promised him to build mosque for him. He said, no, don't build mosque for me. Build infrastructures, build things that will create employment, create, this is leadership.
That is the military head, sorry. The military head, the Burkina Faso.
If it's in Nigeria now, if it's in Nigeria, the Muslim leaders will say, put mosque everywhere. It's the mosque we are talking about. We're talking about people to eat, people to get employed, people that I can come out freely. In my place, you can't come out certain time. Those days, we don't have any wall. In fact, you use pin or stick to close your door and you move. Sometimes when you come back home, the door they open. And you will not have any inclination that say somebody don't enter there or anything. You enter your room and that's it, freedom. We socialize with everybody. I'm married from the north. And I don't have any problem with my people. But recently, it's certain. People are now, so there's a lot of distortions. And it's all about leadership. And like I said, it's about the number one. The day the number one put his hand like this and embrace everybody and say, look, irrespective of where you come from, you're in Nigeria. Look at the appointments. It's disillusioned. Look at the appointments. So sometimes I keep asking somebody asked me a question on one of the regions. They said, dear sir, where do we start and where do we end?
So where do we start and where do we end? So where do we start and where do we end? I'd like to know too.
No,
Sowore said something. Sowore said something. He said that until Nigerians come out and gang up against them because they've ganged up against us. Yes. But how Nigerians will take gang up against them? That's the question. Just like you talk, you say Nigerians then they live bad, then get chicken liver. They don't get mind to use do anything. So how they won't continue like this?
The day, let me tell you, the day we want to get out, we will get out. One, we will protect our vote. Nobody can declare election result by 3 a.m. and we will sit down when we wake up. I was thinking when we woke up that day, the whole street would have been filled with Nigerians. How on earth can you declare election result by 3 a.m.? And how on earth can you tell Nigerians, go to court? That's insult. It's insult to the country. It's insult to the citizens. But we all took it. And we are behaving as nothing is amiss. We will get it right the day we know that we are citizens and not slaves. That is the issue. That's the simplest answer I will give you. That's the simplest answer. The simplest answer is the day we know we are citizens and not slaves, we will get it right. And that's just the core.
This was strong, well, but make we quickly this, as you don't talk of this ethnic thing now, for good, make we talk about them because one Ayo Oyalowo will be President Bola Tinubu appointee. He don't label an Arise television journalist an IPOB girl pushing a toxic and divisive anti-Igbo ethnic slur. Now, Oyewole he was appointed as one of the directors of the Ogun-Osun River Basin Development Authority. He made a remark in a tweet, I think yesterday, referring to Arise TV OG Okpe as an Igbo girl, an IPOB girl. He was reacting to an edition of Arise TV show in which journalist Oseni Rufai and Ms. Okpe accused TVC's Babajide Otitoju of initially opposing Tinubu's declaration of state of emergency in River State, but later on supporting the move after it was officially announced. So because of saying they talk about this person, so now waiting make them call her that IPOB girl. But waiting make at the top, we say not be only she talk about her. Now she and Rufai talk about her. Rufai and their own fellow Yoruba brother. So why not also call him and that Yoruba boy? Or that one thing, I don't even know what to call him. That waiting be that OPC boy. Why not also call him a name? Should we continue like this, where we situation where we constantly have government officials tilt towards ethnic baiting deliberately? We know waiting President Bola Tinubu spokesperson. Waiting be that name again, said Bayo Nonoga talk and don't do. The way we be say don't deliberately incite violence or incite ethnic baiting for inside this country. Anything will happen, you go see these IPOB people, this so they don't if in fact the way it don't come for P2B, it never ever come for any other position that way. So do we continue like this? Just like you said it, why not the president calling his people where they work directly on that and be saying call, say this one are my spokespeople, call them to others, say no, I need to tolerate this kind of thing one that they do. But the president's silence or the fact saying they put mouth into the thing, it shows say maybe they represent your opinion, or not just because of saying maybe the president don't even know what thing they do, and saying that then they talk on their own. And what thing they tell about the image of an entire country. If the people will put a leadership level, go feel they talk like this about our own selves, just like you said, how other people go take see us.
There are two ways of expressing an opinion. One is you can express this as you are talking. And two is implied by my mood, by the way I express through my reaction and body language. When Bayo Oyalowo made that comment, and it created a scenario where many Igbos, and let me say it's South, because even Calabar people were tagged Igbos, everybody were Igbo once you are from the South. I expected the president to say something that time, to say, look, what you said was wrong. But today, nothing happened. Despite that, people were macheted, people were beaten, people were disenfranchised, people were intimidated. The president never said anything. Impliedly, you don't need to tell me the body language. You don't even need to tell me who is orchestrating it. Because if, as a father, my child goes out and calls somebody a thief, and the person came and reported, the best thing I would do is to come out and tell the person, I'm sorry, I didn't tell my son to say that. But till today, our president, he never tell anybody. You see, this Igbophobia, it don't tire me. I don't know war don't end 50-something years ago. Igbo is always on the tag. In fact, there was something I read before I came online, where somebody is saying that Igbos are buying the whole of Lagos, and this and that. All these ethnic issues shouldn't have. if say we get president, we'll say anywhere where you dey, na your country. But if you see what I said before, I said Nigerians don't even know where they belong. For instance, my children were all given birth in Lagos. Now, they want to take anything as right of citizen. They will be referred to go to Abia, to my local government in Sukwato. And you now ask yourself that these children were given birth in Lagos. Why can't they be citizens of Lagos? It boils down to the same thing of ethnicity. Nigeria have not really learned. I think this is one of the core problems we have. When a leader is messing up, the first thing people ask is, where is that person coming from? Let me take you back to what is happening now. Let's take the example now, where Simi, Fubara, and Wike. Do you know it has metamorphosed into ethnic war? Ijos are now looking at it from the perspective of Ijo being victimized by the Igbos in Rivers State. You see? And who created that scenario? Now our leaders. Because they know that's the only way they can cage us. Well, we are fighting about our tribes and some people are making our oil money. This is the trick that our leaders, they are very clever. I have to give it to our Nigerian leaders. They are very clever. And I'm telling you, once this issue about state emergency thing is trying to die down, when Nigerians are trying to take, okay, it happened 6 months, you just here, it doesn't matter, 6 months, you know. I'm telling you, before that 6 months, another thing will crop up and we will justify extension. This is Nigeria. And our leaders, they lent us. It's a psychological warfare. And that psychological warfare, now they deal with us. And we've not really understand why we are Nigerians. Like I tell you, if we know, because as of today, we are still tribalized. If anybody is telling you that is a Nigerian, it's not in the context of being Nigerian. We're just Nigerian by the passport we hold. But in our hearts, we bear the semblance of our tribal lineages. That's what we are. We've not known what patriotism is. No, nobody. Nationalism is not about my tribe. When a president is doing wrong, forget your tribe. Because it's not you. Everybody's involved. Everybody's going to be affected. The transport fare that has increased, everybody's suffering it. The food stuff, everybody's suffering. So everything. So it's not about your tribe, whether the president is from you. No. It's about the country called Nigeria. And it's about the citizens called Nigerians. So even the president is an offshoot of being a Nigerian first. So why should we give him much of a leverage to dictate to us as if we are morons? Of course, that's what we are. Because it's only morons that could be told to jump in a lake where there are crocodiles are infected, and they tell you, just jump, nothing will happen. And they will put a carrot or some dollars by the seaside and say, if you jump, you will come. And I'm telling you, Nigerians will jump in. They will jump in. Because what they are looking at is the money. They are not looking at the effect. This is the tragedy. And it's a tragedy that me and you, we need to sit down. And unfortunately, this crop of leaders we have, I'm telling you the truth, we're not going anywhere. It's all about themselves, their family, and no one else. I was telling somebody the other day, Nigeria would have been better if, one, we tell all our elected leaders, all your children will go to public schools.
Absolutely. They try to raise that bill, then they flag them down. They also try to raise the bill about health tourism. They flag them down. They don't let them. They don't let them see they at all.
They won't. They won't, because it's affecting them. But the common man can go to the hospital and the common man.
So that means they really gang up against us, like Sowore talk. Say they don't gang up against us. That means that's what it is.
I said it after it's the truth. And I tell you, they've read us and they know how to manipulate us. And whenever they want to manipulate us, they bring, they bring something. And what I see that they bring out, then they talk, no, say, I be your brother. So you want this brother to be talking about, and before you know, somebody that's your friend will just turn 360 degrees and start attacking you. Somebody that you have the same ideology with, you're talking about how Nigeria will be better. And you tell you, why you're talking about this because nobody your tribe person win. Nobody your tribe person is the leader. Who is talking about tribe leader when hunger day? Now hunger get tribe. Hunger no get religion. Hunger no even get the political anybody. So anybody where they tell you Nigeria, I pray that 2027 probably Nigeria will not sit on the fence when their rights are trampled. Because believe you me, that day they announced that result by 3 a.m. I woke up, I came out my street, and I was shouting. And nobody. In fact, I was shouting to myself. I said, will come house, they will kill you. So this is a tragedy. Everybody's on his own. And everybody will
so
use
all of
this
us are feeling it. All of us, they feel we they keep quiet. We just they endure. Nothing will be do. That means they really kidnapped us, captured us, and we can't do anything. Well, I don't even try to talk about Nigeria matter, unfortunately.
That's what I'm telling you. So until we realize whether we are citizens or slaves, then we will get ourselves emancipated. But for now, we are still slaves. And that is why they are manipulating you. Thank you.
Thank you. I have to let you rest here because there's really nothing much to see anymore. And I like that keyword, say, until we realize whether we'll be citizens or slave. Now that time now we'll go no, say, we'll go do the right thing. Well, just to let you know that if this is your first time of joining this platform, kindly click on the subscription button. I beg, follow us like a village people. We go live every day. I'll be live again tomorrow evening with, thank you, sir. I'll be live again tomorrow evening with Prince Francis Chilaka, hopefully. Dr. Sonny Maduka, thank you so immensely for your contribution and for this take home where you don't give us. We hope say Nigerians go begin think and to know and realize whether they be citizens or not slaves, now them be. If they decide say they won't be slave for the rest of their lives, and then sabi. If they decide say they won't be citizens, now them know. And they do my own part by enlightening them. You they do your own part by contributing to enlighten them, to open their eyes. If they want continue to do inside water, make soap they enter their eye. Now them know. But if they want also do inside water, wash off their face clean. Now they know. But we can only do the much that we can do, and hope that the rest of us collectively will come together to say, it don't do. We could take our country back, just like your talk. Say, since they gang up against us, we could also learn to gang up against them. We wish say we could one day wake up, say enough is enough. We'll not go feel continue like this again, and we could do the right thing. But until then, thank you so much, Mr. Dr. Sonny Maduka. You've been amazing. I appreciate you, big deal.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Do enjoy the rest of the evening. God bless you, sir. God bless you too. All right, Nigerians, thank you so much for joining us. Well, you did hear that. If this is your first time of joining us, so I beg, click on the subscription button and follow us like a village people. If you turn on the notification button, make it for you know next time we will come live again. My name is Precious Enya. I'd just like to say a very big thank you to all of you for being part of this and for always encouraging us and helping us out so that we will continue to talk for the development of our country. The day we'll stop to talk and the day we'll begin die. People, they die already, even now we will be talk. So what would happen when we stop to talk? That's why we must keep talking. I'll see you again tomorrow evening, God willing, when we'll take a retrospect of things that don't happen for inside our country. Take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Goodbye.